The Seattle Mariners have released outfielder Mitch Haniger. Let's talk about it. So I was literally just sitting down to film another video for you guys, and this news just released that the Seattle Mariners have released outfielder Mitch Haniger. Now, truthfully, I cannot say that this comes as much of a surprise because Mitch really was not going to get a lot of playing time in 2025. I mean, honestly, based on the past 2 seasons that he put up in the shortened season that he had with the Giants because of an injury that he had, and the season last year he put up with the Mariners, you really don't even want him playing to begin with. In the 61 games he played with the Giants, he put up a negative .7 F-WAR, as well as last year with Mariners, put up a negative .6 F-WAR. So Mitch has just really been on the decline ever since his massive year with the Mariners prior. And it's not even like this spring training he had the chance to prove himself, because he has not played a single spring training game since the first week of March due to a shoulder injury. Now, the most painful thing from a Mariners standpoint, and for Mitch, it's fantastic, but he still has to be paid by the Seattle Mariners $15.5 million for this season. Now, as a fan, that is a little bit frustrating because this entire offseason we've been dealing with, not having enough money to go out and get big name free agents. And now you have to pay Mitch, who's not even going to be playing a single game for the Seattle Mariners in 2025, $15.5 million, which was basically the entire offseason budget. So that definitely stings, whether you're the Seattle Mariners franchise as a whole or just a fan, because knowing that $15.5 million could have gone to so many other things that would have improved this team going into 2025. Now, that being said, just to give a little bit of my 2 cents on Mitch, who honestly just seems like an overall great dude and has had some really big seasons for the Seattle Mariners throughout his career, and obviously was a big part of getting us back into the playoffs in the 2022 season. He said this in the press release that the Mariners PR team came out with, saying, putting on a Mariners uniform and playing at T-Mobile Park is something I'll cherish forever. To our fans, my teammates, and everyone a part of this organization, thank you for embracing my family and me. We have so many great memories to look back on. And Mitch has had some pretty big moments for the Seattle Mariners. The true reality of the situation is, one, he has not been able to stay healthy at all throughout his career. He is still dealing with injuries here and there, and to back it up, he's just not playing at a high level anymore. But with this team that we currently have right now, which is actually what I was going to make a video on, so you guys will see that as my next video, but this team does have a lot of outfield depth. You have arguably one of the best 3-man outfield that we've had in the history, arguably, based on how they performed this year, but at least going into it chemistry-wise and knowing what these guys can do at their top level, we could arguably have the best outfield we've ever had. Randy, Victor, and Julio seem to get along really well, and they honestly seem like best friends who are playing the outfield together. So that's going to be really important for the Seattle Mariners' success in 2025, as well as you have somebody like Luke Raley, who is going to mix into the outfield here and there and has been just really proving himself on the Seattle Mariners team, even this spring training and last year. And even though he was just sent down yesterday, you do still have a pretty decently high hopes on guys like Dominic Canzone, who could hopefully at some point come into his own and eventually make a big impact on this squad. So I believe Fangraphs had Mitch having over 300 plate appearances in a Seattle Mariners uniform, which from the beginning, and I had said this in a previous video, that just never really made sense to me. Mitch really wasn't going to get a full-time opportunity, because any chance that Victor, Julio, and Randy could all play, all feel healthy, all feel ready to go for a game, they are going to play the outfield. And I know there was Mariners fans kind of holding out hope that, maybe they could make a deal with the Marlins, and because I know the Marlins have to hit a certain number on their payroll. So we're kind of holding out hope that maybe you could trade Mitch for a few guys, maybe even another relief arm, in order to get that money off of the books and maybe put it somewhere else. But I guess that just truly never came to fruition. So truthfully, like I said, Mitch seems like a great guy, and he has had some great moments in a Seattle Mariners uniform, but this was definitely much needed. And honestly, this is much better for the Seattle Mariners going into 2025 to really not have to deal with this and always have to feel like, oh, we're paying him $17.5 million. We have to get him ABs, which really shouldn't be the case. It should really be based on who's going to benefit this team the most in 2025 and who has the hot hand and all these other things and all these other factors. So really, this move just makes total sense, even though obviously it's going to pain John Stanton to have to eat $15.5 million for a guy who won't get a single at-bat in a Seattle Mariners uniform in 2025. But at the end of the day, I think this was a great move, and honestly a move that just had to be done for the squad going into the season. So yeah, this was some breaking news that I decided that I was filming another video, so I decided to talk about this instead. But nonetheless, we have Seattle Mariners baseball coming back in 4 days, which I'm super excited about. Hopefully we have a lot of good things to talk about this season. But otherwise, let me know your guys' thoughts on the releasing of Mitch Haniger. Otherwise, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.